In 7th place, we had no 8th place. We had a tie for 7th place. Rockville, Montgomery, Andrea Dworek, Amy Quinn, Isla Bartholomew, and Sarah Eliasson. Tied with Academy Bullets, Chloe Denner, Sadie Murphy, Ariana Neklula, Caitlin Gressick. In 6th place was the nation's capital, Alyssa Sagel, Allison Widow, Gwyneth Frick, and Allison Kim. In 5th place, the Verona area swim team, Peyton Flowers, Cheyenne Burrows, Elise Block, and Maisie Paridis. In 4th place, Elmbrook Swim Club, Margaret Winezik, Caroline Winezik, Kate Lucician, and Audrey Olin. The bronze going to the Academy Bullets, Brooke Corrigan, Rebecca Rentz, Claire Copeland, and Susanna Krasnicki. The silver to Nassau Wildcats, Tierna Lenahan, Grace Koenig Song, Marin Shimkus, and Maeve O'Donnell. And number 1 getting the gold, Waukesha Express, Olivia Warner, Ella Antonuski, Avery Larson, and Aspen Wowell. Posted in with a 131.52 to take the win. And presenting the gentleman for the 800 freestyle relay, Suburban Seahawks getting 8th position, Ken Yenley, Jacob Johnson, Charlie Kenchev, and Jake Wang. In 7th place, Maxima Gosh, Nathaniel Harris, Simon Mikowski, and Brady Johnson of FMC Aquatics in 7th. 6th place goes to Nation's Capital, Mikhail Kojanov, Andrew Venice, Ryan Graham, and Simon Bermudez. In 5th place, the Nation's Capital, Matthew Rose, Jackson Tischler, Joshua Howitt, and J.T. Schmidt. In 4th place, the Aqua Jets, Micah Davis, Henry Webb, Jeru Zhu, and Connor Hogan. The bronze going to Nova of Virginia Aquatics, Harry Belcher, Cash Ackerley, Alexander Ayers, and Nathan Zaboda. The silver to New Wave, Aaron Davidson, Samuel Marsteiner, Matthew Marsteiner, and James Benison. And number 1, Long Island Aquatic Club, posted in with a finals time of 6:28.97. And that was Sean Atkinson, Martin Persinski, Strahinya Maslow, and Sean Green. Going to sing that. I haven't done that yet. Anthem coming up.
NCSA Spring Swimming Championships held here at the Rosen Aquatic Center in Orlando, Florida. Much warmer, beautiful day today. And so we had some great racing this morning. Looking forward to some great racing tonight. We're going to kind of keep an eye on our announcer and see where we're at with the national anthem. So we're going to start with the national anthem, and then we'll come in and talk about the events and tonight's program.
And it is race time. May we present?
Beautiful rendition by one of our officials tonight for the national anthem. And we're going to kick things off right off the bat with the women's 200-meter freestyle. It was format for this year's meet is rather unique. In the morning, we swim. The swimmers swam short course yards, which is the 25-yard course. And in the evening, we're swimming long course meters. And the reason for that is typically we would go short course in the morning and short course at the night in the spring meet. But because this is an Olympic year and you can only qualify for the Olympic trials in a 50-meter pool, we're running the finals. It allows us to keep the meet large and keep the number of participants at our normal levels by running two 25-yard courses in the morning. And then we get to run the 50-meter course at night. It doesn't really impact the number of finalists or timeline, but it allows the swimmers to get those Olympic trial cuts. And so we did pick up a few trial cuts last night with some great racing. So we're going to kick off today. We've got the women's 200 free, followed by the men's 400 IM, then the women's 100 breast and the men's 100 breast. We'll take a break for awards. And then we've got the women's 200 fly and the men's 100 backstroke. So a good night of racing. I think we'll see a lot of the same swimmers we saw last night and some new faces too. So get to mix things up. So in the E final, this is a 16 and under final. You must be 16 years of age or younger. We added this final recently. With the advent, we have the age group meet next week, and that's a 14 under meet. So a lot of these kids coming out of that meet will have an opportunity to get a. In lane 1, we have Karina Miller. In lane 2, we have Elizabeth Patla. Lane 3, Kate Farrell. Lane 4, Sarah Paisley Owen. Lane 5, Tessalina Stravopoulos. Lane 6, Lane Francis. Lane 7, Ivy Solt. And in lane 8 is Zara Kozak. Pretty tight field moving into the first 50. Looks like it is Lane Francis from Nova in lane 6 taking the early lead. But just a couple of hundred, 1/10 behind her is Sarah Paisley Owen. Now, what's interesting, too, is you qualify in short course. Some swimmers are better yard swimmers than meter swimmers. Maybe they have better turns or whatever. Some swimmers are better at long course. So you might see, so normally the middle lanes are kind of dominating. We certainly saw some of that, but you can also see some of the kids in the outer lanes can be dominant, too, because they're just better at short course. And right now we have Elizabeth Patla. Elizabeth Patla taking the lead with a 31.6 second, with her second 50. And that she's up in lane 2. Kind of talking about with lane 5, Abigail, oops, that's not right. Lane 5, Tessalina Stavropoulos is in second place. Katie Farrell now has taken the lead. from St. Charles swim team. She's with a 1:33.0. So we've had 3 lead changes so far. Each of the 50s, we've had a different leader. And right next to her is Elizabeth Patlin, lane 2. She is from Reach Aquatics, a couple of Illinois swimmers. We have 4 Illinois swimmers in this heat. And up in lane 7, or down in lane 7 for us, is Ivy Solt from Aquajet, who's coming in right there too. But it looks like it's going to be Kate Farrell from St. Charles taking the event with a 2:05.93. Second is Ivy Solt from Aquajet. Third is Elizabeth Patla from Reach Aquatics. This is our D final. This is the next 4 final heats are on top, or anybody, any age, so we can have some 14 or 15, 16-year-olds. But you'll see it tends to be more of the 17 and 18-year-olds. We have Alexia Sawa in lane 1, Liliana Kristalik in lane 2, Sadie Buckley lane 3, Audrey Olin lane 4, Lily Abdella in lane 5, Sadie Murphy in lane 6, Avery Leckie in lane 7, and Emerson Meyer in lane 8. And it's Sadie Buckley from Mako Aquatics in the lead with a 29.1. The 200 free is an interesting race. You know, years ago when I first started coaching, about 30 years ago, this was considered kind of a middle distance race. It's really more of a sprint now, and you do want to build that first 50 up a little bit. You don't want to go crazy with the legs, but then you want to get stronger and stronger legs as you go. So it's not uncommon to see some lead changes in this event. And right now we see we had Sadie Buckley is in the lead for lane 3 from Mako, continuing, I wouldn't say dominance over the heat, but continuing to hold the slim lead. Liliana Kristalik from Lakers is right there with her. Again, there's 3 girls. Avery Lutke all split 31s on that heat. Sadie Buckley continues to hold on to the lead, and she's the only swimmer to hold a 31.99, so barely a 31, but still the only swimmer to go at 31. And so she is extending her lead a little bit, but it's still very, very close to it, about 8 tenths of a second lead. So her legs are really burning now, so this is where we want to see if we can get these, just keep your legs in the race and try to dig in home. I mentioned that we're trying to make trial cuts here. These girls are all off the pace as the trial time just went by. But 2:00.89 is the Olympic trial cut. And Sadie Buckley goes wire to wire in this event, 31.88 last 50 for a 2:04.9. Audrey Olin from Elmbrook is second. And in third place, we have Avery Lutke. So got the C final now. We got Haley Vilsack from Academy Bullet, lane 1. Emery DeGonther Vernova in lane 2. Olivia Savrakova in lane 3 from NASA. Elise Block, lane 4 from Verona. Allison Wittadakt from NCAP. Isabel Bowe from St. Charles. Ariana Wortham from Southwest Stars. And Lily Gorman from Long Island Aquatic Club. And they make the turn. And in lane number 4, it's Elise Block from Verona Aquatics. Pretty well bunched up, but she did get out her jump. She's out in 28.1, so she really hammered on that first 50. Now we're seeing in lane 7, Adriana Wortham starting to move up too. Still pretty bunched up, though. At the 100, at the halfway point, it is Ariana Wortham coming in with 31.3. Elise Block second with a 32.0. So lane 7 is leading. Lane 4 is second place. Very, very close race. 2 100 separate our leaders right now. And we're looking at lane 8. So you see the girl in lane 7. You see Ariana moving now. Looks like Lily Gormson is starting to make a move too, trying to stay with her competitor in lane 7. And it's Ariana Wortham in lane 7. Now lane 2, we have Emery DeGunther from Nova making a move. She had the fastest split, lane 2. Emery had the fastest split at 50. So let's see if she can continue on that. But right now it looks like lane 7, Ariana Wortham, looks like she's going to take this race with a very strong last 50. Head down into the finish. Great finish. She put her head down that last 5 meters, kept her head down, didn't take the breath that she probably wanted really, really badly. So, and that's Southwest Stars. That's Ariana Wortham with the win in that heat with a 2:03.89. Second place was Emery DeGunther in lane 2. Third in lane 8 was Lily Gormson. So you're seeing these outside lanes light things up a little bit early in the competition. Now for the B final, we have in lane 1, Caitlin Greslick from Academy Bullet Swim Club. Her teammate, Becky Rentz from Academy Bullet Swim Club in lane 2. Peyton Williamson from CMSA in lane 3. In lane 4, Olivia Warner from Waukesha Express. Her teammate, Ella Antonuski from Waukesha Express is in lane 5. Allison Bischoff from Nova Aquatics is in lane 6. Carolina Daher, Lakers Swim Club in lane 7. And Lainey Mullins, unattached in lane 8. So unattached means that she is competing here without a club. That's allowed in the rules of USA Swimming. You don't have to be part of a team. And there are multiple reasons why a swimmer would be unattached. They don't have a club in the area that they can swim for, or perhaps they're here because Becky Rentz is in the lead from Academy Bullets with a 28.1. Her teammate, Caitlin Greslick, is right next to her. Academy Bullets, they're 1-2. Again, the trial cut is a 2:00.89. This is our B final. Becky Rentz really putting a hammer down on this heat, getting after it. Her time at the turn, she is dominating this field with a 59.1, 31.0. She's going to have to really get at those legs. That 31 flat, she's got to be a 30-point. She's got to average 30 points on these last 250. So she's going for the trial cut and going hard on this. Thanks. Becky still with the lead going into the third turn. 31.83. She still has the lead. Second place is Ella Antonuski from Waukesha Express. Third is lane 3, Peyton Williams. Becky Rudd's still leading this field, but she's going to need a huge swim. She's going to need about 29 to finish on the last 50 to make the trial cut. 28.9 actually. So, but you can tell she's really, really going after this race. Looks very strong. Head down, no breathing. Great swim for Becky Rentz. 2:03.5. Not quite fast enough for a trial cut, but love the effort, love the way she got after that race. So nice job, Becky. Second place in that event was Ella Antonuski, lane 5 from Waukesha. And in third place was Lainey Mullins, unattached swimmer in lane 8. All right, so here are our top finalists tonight for A finals. We're going to start with lane 1. we have Ella Cosgrove in lane 1, and Ella swims for Scottsdale Aquatic Club. In lane 2, Aspen Gersper from St. Andrews Aquatics. We saw, remember Aspen when she used to be dominating the age group meet. In lane 3, we have Marie Landreneau, City of Lafayette Aquatics. In lane 4, Riley Arisman. We saw her have a couple of swims last night from Lakers Swim Club, very close here in Windermere. Lily Bognar, Team Greenville. Lane 5, lane 6, Campbell Chase from Core Swimming. That's City of Richardson. Lane 7, Andrew Duarte from Rockville, Montgomery is in lane 7. And rounding out the field from Elmbrook in lane 8 is Margaret Wanizak. Riley Arisman had a busy night last night, lane 4 from Laker Swim Club. Laker, it's a relatively new team out of Windermere subdivision neighborhood in here near Orlando, and and they've been big supporters of this meet, and so very excited to see them here and see them doing so well. Again, the Olympic trial cut here is a 2:00:89. I'm guessing that you're going to want to be out in at least a 58 seconds at the first 100 to have a shot at this trial cut. Field is very tightly bonded. Lane 3 is Marie Landenrow, and lane 4, Riley Emerson or Arisman are 1-2 out in 28 flat. They can follow that up with a 30.0, 30.1. I think they'd be in very good shape to make their to have a shot on the second 100 for the trial cut. In lane 7, though, I keep an eye out for Andrea Dvorak from Rockville, Montgomery. She's surging ahead. She was 28.3, and she is taking the lead with a 30.3, 58.6. It's going to be close, everybody. This is going to be this second 100, man. It's tough, so you got to really drive the legs on this third 50 to see if you can make these trial cuts. Andrea Dvorak still with the lead from Rockville, Montgomery, but look at the big kick in lane 5 from Lila Bognar and from Riley Arisman. See what the swimmers are really going to the legs now, really getting the kick going so they can pick up the tempo. And it is Riley Arisman with a 31.1. She's going to have to be faster than that. She's going to have to be about 30.5, I would say, to make the trial cut, 30.6. So they're going to have to really keep on those legs this second 50. It's Riley Arisman, and she's got Marie Landendrow in her hip pocket there right next to her in lane 3. Looks like Andrea Dvorak still looks like to be holding on to third, but she's fading a little bit. Riley Arisman, 29.9, fourth 50. What an unbelievable split. Coming from a 31.1 on the third 50. Olympic trial qualifying time. Her time of a 1:59.3. Now we move on to the men's 400 IM. You got the 16 and under heat. We got all 16-year-olds except for lane 8, which is a 15-year-old. In lane 1, we have Kip Cry. Lane 2, we have Patrick O'Hagan. Lane 3, Zachary Gunther. Lane 4, Ethan Zhu. Lane 5, John Chen. Lane 6, Joshua Lopez. Lane 7, Lane 8, Andrew Saito, the only 15-year-old in the heat. The Olympic trial qualifying time in this event is a 4:25.19. The 400 IM is a very interesting race because we're swimming 100 meters of bottom, 100 meters of backstroke, 100 meters of breaststroke, 100 meters of free. Interesting to see things. Number 1, long course 100 fly and long course 100 the short course 100 fly are two dramatically different things. You get a little bit of rest break on the walls that you're not going to get in this long course race. It's very important, to have a strong butterfly leg. And then, all four legs need to be good, but you got to be careful. Sometimes if you're a breaststroke, you wait for the breaststroke to come in and try to sprint and try to win the race. At this level, you have to, you can't do that because the other swimmers are too fast. You can't go crazy on your stroke and hope that's going to help you out. So we have Josh Lopez, and he is our leader from lane 6, RMSC, out in a 003. He's got a pretty big lead, but we'll see what his, we'll see a strong backstroke. Like right now, we see Patrick O'Hagan in lane, we see Zach Gunther in lane 3 moving ahead on the backstroke. So you can tell Josh Lopez, lane 6, doesn't quite have the tempo that the more natural backstrokers do. So he's starting to we'll see if he's in a breaststroke. Zach Gunther, 35-0. Is taking the lead. He's got the fastest backstroke split. You can just see how natural that is. He's up there in lane 3. He's in the lead. Nice fast hands, nice smooth tempo. So, and he's absolutely dominating this. We'll see if he's got a breaststroke to follow that up with, because that can sometimes be the Achilles heel for swimmers as they're not natural breaststrokes. But we'll see. Now the rest of the field is starting to move up a little bit. Patrick O'Hagan in lane 2 is starting to come up, as well as we've finished halfway point. Now we go to the breaststroke. Zach Gunther looks pretty strong right now. He's actually moved ahead a little bit. He had a nice underwater pullout. We'll see how he does. But here we go, lane 7. We're looking at Evan Gluck starting to move forward. He's from City of Richardson, and they are well known for their distance swimmers. And so we'll see if, now you get to the later half of this race, we see how these kids are doing. Zach Gunther maintains the lead. He splits a 40.4. But it's Patrick O'Hagan from Long Island Aquatic Club, 38.9, who had the fastest split. Josh Chen, watch him in lane 5, 39.1. He had the second fastest split. And right, we see just as soon as I say that, we see Patrick O'Hagan move past Zach Gunther, and he is now taking over the lead of the race as we get into it. The important thing on the breaststroke for Zach Gunther, he's slipped into second place, is to stay close, because if once the leader starts swimming freestyle in the breaststroke, everybody else is swimming the breaststroke, you've got the fastest stroke against the slowest stroke. You need to get in and out of that wall quickly and get into the freestyle so you can try to catch up. Patrick O'Hagan with a 39.7 really swam that well. 38.9, 39.7 on his breaststroke splits, and he is as the lead. He's got about a second and a half lead over the rest of the field. We'll see if he can hang on. It's going to be Patrick O'Hagan into the turn, lane 2. It's 32.1. Zach Gunther 31, 31.9, and Josh Lopez 30.9 from Rockville Montgomery in lane 6. So let's see if there's enough distance. We're seeing Patrick O'Hagan, our leader from Long Island. They're not shy about training, and see him picking up his tempo. Zach Gunther just sitting there right in his hip pocket. He's starting to make a move. They know they're close. They got about 10 meters to go, 7 meters, but now 5. What a great, strong finish. Great finish, these two. 4:35.2, 4:35.5. Patrick O'Hagan, your winner from Long Island Aquatic Club, with Zach Gunther from Corvallis Aquatic Team second, and in third place, down in lane 7 from City of Richardson, is lane 3, Owen Hoban from Stingray Swim Team. Lane 4, Mark Jacoby Crone from Aquajets. Lane 5, Hayden Bartz from Nova. Lane 6, Linus Ament from Rockville Montgomery. Lane 7, Braden Capon. We saw him get the trial cut in the 200 back last night. Academy Bullets Swim Club. And Chase Keeler, lane 8 from Rockwell, Montgomery. So, like I mentioned, Braden Capon, I would watch him in the backstroke. He made a trial cut last night, and so I would expect him to be very, very strong in the backstroke. Trial cut is a 4:25.19. So we have Hayden Bartz in lane 5 go out first with a 27.7. Right behind him, Braden Capon, Academy Bullets, with a 28.2. The field is still pretty tight. Here we're watching. What I look for is look to see their hips coming out of the water, and watch for a longer stroke, because that means that they're swimming pretty efficiently, and that's certainly going to help them later in the race, keep them getting too tired. Touching first is Hayden Bartz again. Owen Hoban's in second. Braden Capon is in third. We mentioned Braden Capon with Olympic trial qualifying time. He's already moving into the lead right now and looking to dominate. Braden Capon will bounce in his stroke, not typical what you see, but he definitely makes it work. As he turns first, he's going to be a 33-1. He's nearly 2 seconds faster than any other backstroker in the field. Nobody else was under 35. He is actually over 2 seconds faster in the field, and he is pulling away from this field right now. I thought he might dominate the backstroke being a trial qualifier, but this is even more than I expected. And he's close to the trial cut with his best time, so hopefully we get everybody cheering for him and get him going a little bit. One thing we look for too is we look for swimmers to their first. We want swimmers. You typically want the second 50 of each 100. So the second 50 of the 100 back to be faster than the first 50 slightly. Braden was 33-1, 32-1. So he definitely did that. That shows that you're building that stroke. A lot of times you get to your best stroke and you go crazy that first 50, and then you burn up all your energy, and then your second 50 isn't nearly as strong. Braden Capon is absolutely dominating this race, and we talked about the short course, long course factor. Braden Capon is definitely a long course swimmer. He's much better at long course than short course, so we can see that. And he is just pulling away from the field. 38.8 on the first 50 of the breaststroke. He's at 2:45 right now. Again, the fastest breaststroke split too, and it's really not even close. He is continuing to pull ahead of this field. It's going to be all to him now. He needs a 4:25. See where he's at. We'll see what he needs to do coming home. He is a good 100. He's a good distance swimmer too. He's a good distance freestyle. We see his teammate there cheering him on, and he touches the wall at 39.7. He's 4:29 flat. He needs to be 100.10 in order to get the trial cut. In second place, we have Mark Jacoby Korn from Aquajets at 3:02, and in lane 3, Owen Hoban, 3:33. You know, you see Braden Capon way out there, and unfortunately the cameras where you can't watch everybody here, but there is a great race for second place going on right now too. Braden is 32.4, so he's going to have to be like super. He's going to need a motor, I think, to get this trial cut. But what a great swim. And there's a great race now between second and third, and that is between Mark Jacoby Korn in lane 4 and Owen Hoban in lane 3. Owen Hoban was a little bit faster than on that last 50. Braden Capon comes into the wall, 4:29, right? 4:28.62, great swim, and what a great finish for second place. Mark Jacoby Korn from Aquajets, 4:36.1. Owen Hoban from Ray's swim team, that Stingray swim team in lane 3 with third place. that C or B final, but hey, that's up to his coach, who's his father, and we'll let them sort it out. So the C final, lane 1, we have Ethan Silver from Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane 2, James Shart from Nova. Lane 3, Charles Greenwood from Nation's Capital. Lane 4, another Nova swimmer, Charlie Mayer. Lane 5, Eli Martin, Arlington, Virginia's Arlington Aquatic Club. And lane 6, 7, 8, all from Nova, Virginia. We have Matthew Wolf, Julian Brady, and Thomas Varney. Travel over 1,000 miles, and then you end up with 5 guys in your heat from your team. So, but that's okay. Nova's got a great program, and so that's not surprising to see them with a lot of swimmers in finals. Ethan Silver from Long Island Aquatic Club is our early leader with a 27.4. Ethan Silver still has the lead with a 59.7, almost a full second ahead of the rest of the field. Charles Greenwood is second with from Nation's Capital at a 005. But now let's see who the backstrokers are. We're seeing in lane 3, Charles Greenwood looks like he's making a little move there. Still maintaining a lead, 36-1. Charles Greenwood ate into that lead just a little bit, but watch out for Charlie Mayer from Nova in lane 4. He had the fastest split, and he's starting to move up. I would anticipate he will be our leader at the end of the 200 here. And also, Thomas Varney had the actual fastest split of a 34.8. So watch him too. He's down in lane 8. He's at the bottom of your screen. There he is. And look how close this field is. But just to show you what I know about swimming, it is Ethan Silver still leading, 35.4. Charlie Mayer made up a lot of time. He's right behind him. But Ethan Silver has maintained the lead. Let's see who the breaststrokers are now. Looks like our leader, our number 1 seed in lane 4, Charlie Mayer, and Charles Greenwood in lane 3. Look to be making a move, but Ethan Silver, we're not going to count him out, so he's actually looking pretty good too. The race right now is at the top of your screen. And it is going to be with a new leader, Charles Greenwood, 36.6. Ethan Silver, 39.5. He's way off the pace there. It looks like Charles Greenwood is going to be, he is our new leader, and he's literally just pulling away from the field. We had 36 split. Everybody else, we had one other swimmer of the 36, and that's Eli Martin, who looks to be pulling into second place. Eli Martin looks great right now. He's in lane 5. Nice long stroke. He's from Arlington Aquatic Club. About a second and a half apart, 1.4. Charles Greenwood looks very, very strong. He's got a good, solid kick, good tempo. Look at Charlie Mayer though at Nova, man. He's got a lot of legs on. He's really kicking fast and looks very, very good. He looks like he's going to challenge for second. Don't know if there's going to be enough real estate to catch Charles Greenwood at this point. Charlie Mayer in lane 4 is a little bit faster, but he's got a bit of ground to pick up. So it is Charles Greenwood, and it's Charlie Mayer coming in 1-2, lanes 3 and 4. They're off trial pace, but it's Charles Greener first with a 4:30.7. Charlie Mayer, 4:31.8 is in second. Eli Martin wins. Charlie Mayer was second. Eli Martin was third. In the B final, we're going to move on to the B final. We have Luke Corey from Naval Academy Aquatic Club. In lane 2, Alexander Gracholski from Occoquan Swimming. In lane 3, Logan Robinson, Greater Pensacola. Lane 4, Elliot Lee, Rockville Montgomery. His teammate in lane 5, Samir Elixem. Lane 6 is Jaru Zhu from Aquajets. Lane 7, Luke Dwyer from Condor. And lane 8, Dillman Cooper from Nova, Virginia. As we come into the first 50, very, very tight race. We have Logan Robinson from GPAC first with 27.0. And Samir Elixem from Rockville Montgomery, 27.1, just 500s behind. Condor also right there with those guys. So it'll be one of those three. I anticipate they'll be taking the lead. It looks like it might be. Oh, it's going to be too close to call. Samir Elkasem is second. Sorry, Samir. And in lane 3 is Logan Robinson. These guys are separated by less than half of a second. Now we'll see who the backstrokers are. And right off the bat in lane 5, Samir Elkasem from Rockville Montgomery looks to be taking the lead in the backstroke. Elliot Lee is right next to him, 35.1, and Logan Robinson, 36.2. Elliot Lee with the fastest split of 35.1, almost a half a second faster than the rest of the field. Actually, Luke Corey also 35.1 up at the top of your screen. But now we'll see a lead change here, or maybe not. So they're putting together a really nice second 50 of the backstroke and holds off. Oops. Elkasem. And again, those guys both at 209.4, 209.6. And right behind them is Luke Corey up in lane 1. Samir looking really strong and long, but so is Luke Corey up in lane 1. Watch Luke Corey in this race because he's a breaststroker. And he looks very, very strong. He and Samir both long strokes, but Luke Corey's got a little bit faster tempo. And Luke Corey has taken the lead, 37.6. Samir, 38.5. If you look at their strokes, they both have nice long stumps, but Luke Corey's just got a little bit faster. He's turning into that next stroke a little bit quicker. Now we see Samir building up his tempo too. He's starting to look faster. So while Luke Corey is kind of blue, really is much faster than first 50, it's going to be a little bit tighter here. Samir has definitely picked up his tempo. So this is turning into a great race right now. But it is Luke Corey under the flags first. He will turn slightly out of Samir, maybe about a stroke ahead of him. Samir almost was over a second faster on that second 50, so he definitely picked up the tempo. And now we're looking at the freestylers. Again, I think this race is going to come down to Luke Corey and Samir Elkasem. 31-1, 31-2. Luke still has a lead of about 0.8 of a second. So if Samir's going to win this race, he's going to have to get after it a little bit more. And we see watch Luke Corey's legs. You can really see his legs picking up. Big kick. And down here in lane 6, too, we're seeing Jawari Zhu pick up he's got a really fast 50 coming in here, too. But it is going to be Luke Corey from the Naval Academy Aquatic Club, followed by Samir Al-Qassem from Rockville, Montgomery. And in third place is Jawari Zhu from Aquajets. The finalists are parading out now. Once they get set behind the blocks, we'll introduce them to you. See some really good swimming so far. Looking for another trial cut here. If we're going to see a trial cut, you're most likely going to see it in this heat. This is where most of our trial cuts come from, but as you saw back in Heat D, we had Braden Capen challenging the trial cuts, so they can come from anywhere. So we're going to start in lane 1 with Harry Belcher from Nova Aquatic Club. In lane 2, we have Evan McCaskey from Rockville, Montgomery. In lane 3, we have William Saravis from City of Richardson, Texas. In lane 4, Sean Green from Long Island Aquatic Club. In lane 5, we have Charles Buffton from NASA Wild out of Chicago. In lane 6, Ryan Arisman from Lakers swim team. We saw his sister, I assume that's his sister, win the 200 free earlier. Long Island Aquatic Club, lane 7, we have Strahinja Maslow. And rounding out the field in lane 8 is Nathan Zabota from Nova Aquatic Club. So watch for some lead changes here. We'll see who the butterflyers are starting off the race. Once again, the Olympic Trials qualifying time is 4:25.19. The Olympic Trials will be held in June in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Field, the first swim meet ever held in a NFL football stadium. And they're off. Once again, with the 400 IM, you've got the 4 different stroke disciplines. Look for some lead changes. Right now, Harry Belcher, the early lead from Nova, Virginia. And then right next to him, Evan McCaskey from Rockville, Montgomery, 27-1, 27-2. Those guys probably see each other quite a bit. They're from the same general area. Lane 6, though. Ryan Arisman from Lakers swim team right here in the Orlando area. And turning first is Ryan Arisman from Lakers swim team, 57.7. His 30.06 was by far the fastest 50. Ryan looks very strong in the backstroke. Sean Green from Long Island Aquatic Club in lane 4, also with a really good tempo. Lane 2, Evan McCaskey also looks very strong. But it is Ryan Arisman in lane 6 with the lead. Sean Green, 32.7, lane 4, had the fastest first 50 split. We talked earlier that we want to see the swimmer second 50 be a little bit faster than the first 50. So we'll see if either of these guys can do that. That shows that you're getting stronger in the race. that you're not flying and dying, as they say. So we'll see where it's at. But right now, it looks like Sean Green is going to come in under the flags first. That's so close. Just who gets their hand on. Ryan Arisman, 32.7. So both of them were a little bit faster on that second 50. That's a good sign. Now we get to the breaststrokers. I'm looking for long strokes with good tempo. And Sean Green looks very, very strong. Ryan Arisman's hanging in there, though, too. He's got a little bit more up and down in his stroke. But, you know, he's doing a nice job. Lane 2, I would watch Evan McCaskey, too. Looks very, very strong. So Ryan Arisman and Sean Green touched almost simultaneously. But it is William Savarese in lane 3, Ryan McCaskey, 36-37. So these two are not, the two leaders are not our fastest breaststrokers, but they do have a pretty commanding lead. Let's see if they can hang on to it. And Ryan Arisman looks to be, I'm sorry, I can't see it from this angle. But it looks like Ryan Arisman is going to keep the lead going into the freestyle. And with Ryan, and this is a big advantage for Ryan and Sean because they do field. And so that's 2 seconds of them swimming freestyle while everybody else is swimming breaststroke. So we have Ryan Arisman. We know his sister Riley can swim freestyle. She won the 200 free earlier. So we'll see how this goes. But Sean Green, 29.6. He's right there with them. 0.3 of a second separate these two. It's going to be a great race. Look at the kick at the end here from Sean Green. Ryan Harrison is looking to the right. I don't know if he sees Sean coming up on him, but Sean Green's going to take the lead with an amazing final 50 of 27.8. His last 250s, 29.6, 27.8. He saw Ryan out there, a little bit ahead of him, and he put the hammer down. Ryan with a great last 100 also, 29.8, 28.6. But it was Sean Green who had a little bit more at the end. And I believe that was a meet record for Sean Green. I believe that is a meet record also. Now we have the E-final for the women's 100-meter breaststroke. Anna LaRosa, lane 1. Riley McNeil, lane 2. Cheyenne Burrow, lane 3. Regan Campshire, lane 4. Lane 5, Sadie Rogers, lane 6. Lila Devlin, lane 7. Olivia Moore. And then lane 8, Sofia Jimenez. During the 400 amps, we have a lot more time so I can read off their team names. It's a little more. This is the 100-meter breaststroke. This is 16 and under. Touching the wall first. And lane 2 is Ryan McNeil from New Trier Aquatics. The women's 100-meter breaststroke time is a 1:10.2. And right now, Riley McNeil is putting on a great swim. Dominates the field with a 1:12.08. Great swim. coming out of this E final like that. Gets a couple seconds off the trial cut. Great swim for Riley McNeil. And Allison Greenway in lane 3 from Fox Valley Wave. Lane 4, Scarlett McGlinchey from GPAC. Lane 5, Kendall Schindler from Aquajet. Lane 6, Brooke Warner from GPAC. We got 2 GPAC girls in this heat. Anna Flanagan is the second Fox Valley Wave swimmer in this heat, lane 7. And Mia Nappy from Corvallis Aquatic Club up in Oregon is in lane 8. So at the limit trial cut, like I said, it's a 1:10:29. I think you're going to want to see swimmers getting out in 33 seconds. But even going out in 33, man, hang on to that second. It's a little bit more challenging. But right now we have in the lead, it's Amanda Belikas from FMC Aquatic. But already lane 4, we have Scarlett McGlinchey from GPAC. Looks like she's taken the lead. And lane 8, I can't see it because there are a lot of swimmers blocking the way, but Nia Nappy also looks like she's coming up too. And it is Mia Nappy. She is from Corvallis Aquatic Team with a 1:13.47. From Academy Bullet Swim Club, Isabella Bow in lane 2 from St. Charles, their neighbors. Caroline Agee from Nation's Capital Aquatic Club is in lane 3. In lane 4, Eleanor Hughes from Aquajet. Lane 5, Elizabeth Goodwin Burney from Nova, Virginia. Lane 6, Taylor Clement, Greater Pensacola. Lane 7, Taylor Tegler from Suburban Seahawks. And Isla Bartholomew from Rockville, Montgomery in lane 8. About 34-0. Let's see if she can pull out, held that lead. A lot of teams here in this meet that do a lot of great training, so you need to be top that second 50. And this race is looks like the swimmers in the middle from Aquajet. We still got Ruhi Pateeton from Academy Bullets in the hunt, and then Eleanor Hughes from Aquajet. Again, a very, very tight race. And Carolyn Agee, lane 3 from NCAP. Eleanor Hughes, lane 4 from Aquajet. And Isla Bartholomew, lane 3 from RMSC. We've seen her already tonight. Gwyneth Frick from Nation's Capital. Annabelle Smith from Westchester Marlins. Lane 7 is Elena Stuskas from Machine Aquatics. And in lane 8 from Academy Bullet Swim Club, Isabella Wojewicz. Once again, the Olympic trials qualifying time for the women is a 1:10.29. In lane 6 from Westchester, 33.8. Annabelle Smith still with the lead, looks really strong. That's a great view as she was coming in past the camera of her technique there with the getting the hands out there and good fast tempo. And Annabelle Smith, the first swimmer we've seen in a while that's taken the race wire to wire. And she touches first with a 1:12.7. Right next to her, Gwyneth Frick trying to run her down, 1:12.8. And then Kate Pulaski up on the top, lane 1, 1:13. And here we have the A finalists. In lane 1, Catherine Hughes from Arlington Aquatic Club. In lane 2, we have Grace Koenig-Song from Nassau Wild. In lane 3, we have Chloe Diner from the Academy Bullet Swim Club. Lane 4, Grace Robb from Aqua Jets. Lane number 5, we have Elizabeth Naraki, also from the Academy Bullets. Lane number 6, from Foxjet, Caroline Larson. In lane number 7, we have Emma Sayers from Scottsdale Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, rounding out the field, also from Academy Bullets, Brooke Corrigan. Academy Bullets with 3 girls in this heat. Interesting, their number 1 breaststroker had some health issues and couldn't come to the meet, but the other girls have really stepped up. So, a little shout out to Bridget. Hope you're feeling well. Wish you were down here. Missing my co-pilot. Meter breaststroke, 1:10.29. And a really tight field, as you might expect in an A final with 8 girls trying to make a trial cut. There's Elizabeth Naraki, 32.5. She had the fastest split in the medley relay a couple days ago, so it's not surprising to see her out first, 32.5. That is under trial cut pace for sure. Lane number 2 is Grace Koenig-Song is in second. Elizabeth hanging on. Lane 2, Grace Koenig, watch for her. Chloe Diner in lane 3. Trial cut is a 1:10.29. Liz Baraki, 1:09.33. Misses just off the meet record of 1:09.25, but Elizabeth Naraki gets her Olympic trial. Congratulations to Elizabeth Naraki on her first place finish, Olympic trial cut. Now we go to the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Olympic trial cut is a 102.19. In lane number 1, this is the 16 and under heat. In lane number 1, we have Joshua Wang from Wise Aquatics. Lane 2, Joseph Warnegris from Winchester. Lane 3 is Samuel Martin from Excel. Lane 4, Noah Chen, NASA. Lane 5, Ian Disasway from Fast Falcons. Lane 6, Devin Bone from NASA. Lane 7, Jason Van Olst from New Wave. Matthew Wolf from Nova is in lane 8. Again, this is our 16 and unders. Touching first, Noah Chen from Wild at 30.7. And he got a pretty tight field, but it looks like lane 4, Noah Chan, still with the lead. But lane 1, Joshua Wang is moving up on him too. But it is Noah Chan, first place from Wild. Rise Aquatics, also from Illinois, Joshua Wang. And in lane 3, and in third place, in lane 6 is Devin Bone from Wild. Swim United, lane 6, Rohan D'Souza Larson from Edina, Cole Hilton, lane 7 from Rockville, and Jared Goldstein, NASA Wild in lane 8. From Hinsdale Swim Club in lane number 2. He's the only one under 30 seconds with 29.76. We'll see if he holds on, and we'll see how the rest of the guys do on the second 50. Looks like Samuel Wolf from Verona. Actually, I'm sorry. It looks like Rohan D'Souza Larson in lane 6 moving up. And our winner is Rohan D'Souza Larson, 105.06 from Edina. Second place, Alexandru Cuckoo. And in third place is Jonathan Wang. In our C Jack Hacker from Aquajet, Stuart Timmerman from NASA, and Noah Robinson from Nations Capital. Really tight race here. Tempo's the key here. You want to have a long stroke, but you also want to have good tempo in the 100. Silva is our leader. Eli Martin in lane number 4 right next to him. But once again, Pablo Silva, our leader, is the only one under 30 seconds. Very similar to the last heat. And Pablo Silva still with the lead, looking very strong in this heat. and Pablo Silva takes the race with a 103.32. Second place is right next to him, Eli Martin. And then third place, we have Stuart Timmerman with a great last 50. On to the B final, we have Chase Swearington in lane 1 from New Albany. Lane 2, William Savarino. Lane 5, Leighton Arnold from Nation's Capital. Lane 6, Jeffrey Craddock from Naval Academy Aquatic Club. Luke Michalowicz from Motor City Aquatics. And in lane 8, Trent Hollinsworth from Hokie Aquatics. Again, the Olympic trial qualifying time for this event is a 100 breaststroke. 102.19. I think you got to be a 28 low in that event, I would say, to in the first 50 to have a serious contention at this trial count. And out first is Jeffrey Craddock with a 29.7. And with a 25 to go, it looks like Leighton Arnold is pulling the lead in lane 5. He's got a great second 50 here. He was out 30.03. And he touches the wall first with a 103.2. It's Leighton Arnold from Nation's Capital. And second place, we have David Krasnerski. And here we go. So in lane number 1 from BGC Westchester Marlins is Eric Nadecki. In lane number 2, Joshua Bay. He is from Highlander Hurricanes in Indiana. Lane 3, Jake Wang, Suburban Seahawks. Lane 4, FMC Jeffrey Hugh. And in lane number 5, we have Abram Mueller from Badger Aquatic Club. Lane number 6 from Scottsdale, Hudson Shurich. And then lane number 7 from Wise Aquatics out of Chicagoland area, Colin Zhang. And then lane number 8, Simon Bermudez from Nation's Capital. Lane 2, Joshua Bay, saw him in the elevator until today. Got to talk to him a little bit. Nice young man. And he's from Highland Hurricanes, which is in Northwest Indiana. So being a Chicago area team, we get to see those kids a lot. Once again, 100 breaststroke is a 102.19. I do believe you're going to have to be out in a 29 low, 28 probably. I think more is realistic. I think if you're a really, really good 200 breaststroker, then you could probably go on a little bit slower, got 29 maybe, but I think legitimately 28 is what you're looking for. It looks like Josh Bay has the lead in lane 2. It's tight. It is Joshua Bay in lane 2, Jake Wang in lane 3, and Jeffrey Hugh in lane 4 are our early leaders. All out in 28, so I would say they have a shot at this trial cut. And they are bunched up. Got our 3 leaders, Josh, Jake, and Jeff. all right there. It's going to really come down to, looks like it's going to come down to who can put their hand on the wall. Obviously, that sounds cliche, but the breaststroke, the timing is, you're taking stroke. It looks like Joshua Bay is going to do it, and he is a 101.45. Second place, Jake Wang, 101.90. Both of those guys are going to Olympic trials. And in lane number 4, Jeffrey Hugh, 102.20. Oh no, misses the trial cut by 1/100th of a second. Ouch. Hope he already had it, but he's got some other opportunities to get it again. So Josh Bay. We have our first awards break where we'll be handing out the women's 2 free, men's 400 am, and both the breaststrokes.
Again, top 8, our championship final heat in the ladies 200 freestyle, the gentlemen's 400 individual medley, the 100 breaststroke. For both ladies and gentlemen, make your way over to the awards staging area. It is time to present the medals. Thank you, thank you. And getting ready to present awards for the ladies 200-meter freestyle. And in the ladies 200-meter freestyle, our champions in 8th place, St. Andrews Aquatics Aspen Gersper. 7th place goes to Elmbrook Swim Club, Margaret Wanezik. In 6th place, Team Greenville, Leila Bogner. In 5th place, Scottsdale Aquatic Club, Ella Cosgrove. 4th place, Core Swimming, Campbell Chase. Into the medals now. The bronze going to Rockville, Montgomery, Andrea Dworek, posting in with a 2:02.11. The silver going to Marie Landreneau, City of Lafayette, with a 2:01.61. And the gold going to Lakers Swim Club, qualifying for the Olympic trials, posting in with 2 minutes, .19, Riley Rissman. And presenting the gentleman for the 400-meter individual medley. In 8th place, Nova of Virginia, Nathan Jabota. 7th place goes to Harry Belcher of Nova of Virginia. Long Island Aquatic Club, Strahenia Maslow in 6th place. In 5th place, Charles Buffton of the Nassau Wildcats. 4th place to Rockville, Montgomery, Evan McKaysey. Into the medals now. Core swimming getting the bronze, William Savarese. Posted in with a 4:22.74. And I'm going to pause and back up just a moment. Draw your attention back to Evan McKaysey. Posted in with a 4:25.10. He's going to the Olympic trials. William Savarese going to the Olympic trials. Number 2, the silver Lakers swim, Ryan Arisman. 4:19.35, putsing at the Olympic trials. And number 1, the big points, 4:18.81, Long Island Aquatic Club, Sean Green. We're going to see him at the Olympic trials. And bringing them out now are champions in the ladies 100 breaststroke. In 8th place, Arlington Aquatic Club, Catherine Hughes. 7th place, the Foxjet swim team, Caroline Larson. In 6th place, Academy Bullets, Brooke Corrigan. 5th place goes to Scottsdale Aquatic Club, Emma Sayers. In 4th place, the Aquajets, Grace Rabb. Into the medals now, the bronze going to Academy Bullets, Chloe Diner at 110.67. Dancing on the bubble, the silver to the Nassau Wildcats. Going to the Olympic trials, posted in with a 109.97, Grace Koenig Song. And number 1, the gold, going to the Academy Bullets, 109.33, the time she posted, Elizabeth Noraki. And right now getting ready to present awards for the gentlemen's 100 breaststroke. They needed a little time to warm down. So critical at the swimming competitions when you're doing all out, that warm down. It'll make or break you for the rest of the meet. And the gentleman for the 100-meter breaststroke. In 8th place, the Badger Aquatics Club, Abram Mueller. 7th place goes to Westchester Marlins, Eric Nadecki. In 6th place, Nation's Capital, Simon Bermudez. 5th place to Rise Aquatics, Colin Zhang. In 4th place, Scottsdale Aquatic Club, Hudson Jurek. Into the medals now, FMC Aquatics getting the bronze, Jeffrey Howe posting in with a 2-0. He is so close. Again, dancing on that bubble. The silver to Suburban Seahawks, posting him with a 101.90. We're going to see him at the Olympic trials, Jake Wang. And number 1, the gold, 101.45, posting in to win the event, Highland Hurricanes, Joshua Bay at the Olympic trials.
Back with the ladies 200-meter butterfly, and in the first heat tonight we have Lillian Ian. Oh my goodness, I'll get this. Ayanda Wayak from Wheaton Swim Club. I'll have to talk to her coach, find out how to say that. Caitlin Hodem from Nova, Virginia. Maggie Farley from Edina. Haley Johnson from Elmbrook, right next to her. Caroline Wanizak from Elmbrook. Lane 6 is Gloria Quang from Arlington Aquatic Club. And lane 7 is Savannah Duncan from Ariana Nikula. And touching the wall first is, we have Haley Johnson from Elmbrook touching the wall first at a 30.4. This is arguably the most challenging race in swimming. And again, short course versus long course, it's a big, big difference. So we'll see if these kids, how they hold up. So, someone in short course might have an easier time. Some kids are better long course swimmers, so we'll see how they hold up. This race is really an endurance event. You've got to be careful about, you've got to really build up that first 100. Don't try to go out too crazy. Not uncommon to see a lot of lead changes here. Right now we have Haley Johnson. She's been our leader for the first 50 and first 100. And Ariana Nicola from Academy Bullets is in second place, holding on. So she's 106.4. It looks like lanes 4 and 5. It's Haley Johnson still with the lead. She comes over the flag. Haley Johnson still first place. Haley Johnson still in first, and second place right next to her, Carolyn Wanizak from Elmbrook. Both girls from Elmbrook, actually. And but the fastest split was in lane 2, Caitlin Hodem from Nova. It looks like Haley Johnson is doing a nice job here, and she's holding on to this. But there is a little bit of run from Carolyn Wanizak, her teammate, so we'll see how that goes. On lane 1, Lillian Janowiak. So easier to say that with the... and wow, Lillian Janowiak, 30... with a 36.9. It just dominated the field coming out of nowhere in that last 50. Training for Wheaton Swim Club, so great swim for Lillian. Isabella Vale in lane 2 from GPAC. In lane 3 is Sophie Fredericks from Arlington. Lane 4, Adeline Koenig Song. We saw her just a few minutes ago in the IM. Yeah, the women's AM a few minutes ago. Amelia Lester from the city of Richardson. Olivia Weiner, lane 6 from Nova. FMC Aquatics, Haley Johnson in lane 7. And in lane 8, Brooke Olson from Minnetonka Swim Club. Up in lane 1, taking the early lead from Suburban Seahawks. And all the way down to the bottom of your screen from FMC is Haley Johnson, 30.5. Right behind her, 30.6 is Adelaide Kennick Song from Wild in the middle of your pool. And touching the wall first is going to be Haley Johnson from FMC. She's a 105. Lane 4 is Adeline Kennick Song. And in lane number 5 from City of Richardson, Amelia Lester is touches in third so far. Splits are still pretty tight. This is a very competitive field. And it looks like right now Haley Johnson, who's our leader, hanging in there, but watch the girls in the middle of the pool. And this is the tough leg right here. That third 50 is going to be pretty brutal. But it is Haley Johnson touching the wall first once again, 36.6. But Amelia Lester's really closed the gap. She's only a couple hundredths behind. Her split was a full second faster. And in lane 3, Sophie Fredericks, 143.6 is in third place. City of Richardson, Amelia Lester looks very, very strong right now. But Haley Johnson's hanging in there, trying to dig out at the end of the race here. But it is, Amelia Lester, 2:18.74. Mean record in this event is a 2:10.89, and the Olympic trial cut is a 2:13.69. And in second place, it's Haley Johnson from FMC. Final, we have Annabelle Wenzel from Aquajets in lane 1. Carolyn Agee, seen her earlier tonight, Nation's Capital. Eloise Williamson, City of Richardson. Claire Mihawk from Blazing Barracuda is Lillian Kristolik from Lakers Swim Team. Allison Widotek from Nation's Capital, Vanessa Alvarado from NASA Wildcat, and in lane 8, Beatrice Stewart from Blazing Barracudas. 2 girls from Blazing Barracudas in this heat. From the Lake Erie LSE, which is in northern Ohio. Great race forming up here. Once again, Olympic Trials qualifying time is at 2:13. And we have Liliana Kristolik from Lakers, 30.3 out first. Eloise Williamson from City of Richardson right next to her, and Claire Mihawk. So the middle of the pool, 30.3, 30.4, 30.5, tight race. Looks like Lillian Kristolik from Laker is going to touch first, like we said. So the order between second and third is shifted slightly. Claire Mihawk and Eloise Williamson in lanes 4 and 3, respectively, touching second and third. Now's where it gets a little bit grueling. All right, now you're feeling it. You got, this is where your endurance really comes off. But look at Liliana Kristolik really starting to pull away from the field here. Lilian Kristolik is 30.3, 2 seconds faster. But and her third 50 was only it was just a few tenths slower than the other one. But that's where you see a lot of people really drop off. And it's not that she's pulling ahead; it's that she's just maintaining her speed better than her competitors, and that's not a knock because this is a tough race. But she's at 140.7. She needs a 213. She's going to need to be a 33 here to pull this off. I don't know if that might be a little bit of a bridge too far here, but we'll see as she comes in under the walls. Yeah, she's going to be a 36.3. So 217.1. Second place was Claire Mihawk at 219.8. And third place out of lane 8. We hadn't talked about Beatrice Stewart at all during that race, but had a great last 50, 36.4. Her last 100 was 30. Lane 3, Jane Masick from Nations Capital. Campbell Schofield from Nations Capital in lane 4. Carly Lahr, also from Nations Capital in lane 5. Burlington Bocos, lane 6 from FMC Aquatics. Zara Kozak from lane 7 in Excel. And Rachel Conley, lane 8 from Arlington Aquatic Club. So on the side of the pool, we got the 3 NCAP girls, 3 Nation Capital girls. See the owner of the club, Tom Ugas, watching on closely. Looks like those coaches' jobs are safe for another year. So Excel, Sarah Kozak for lane 7 is our leader. Very, very close heat. We got a bunch of girls at 30 point. So we'll see how it goes. And again, being the leader on the first 50, it's not necessarily indicative that you're going to win the race. So this race is prone, especially in the second half of the race, where you can see some lead changes happen. So we'll see how it goes here. And right off the bat, we have Carly Lahr from Nations Capital taking the lead at the 104.3. She's in lane 5. And Burley Bocos from FMC is the second, the 104.6, and Campbell Schofield from NCAP is in third. So those 3 girls look like they're going to start to pull away from the rest of the fields. So that's Campbell Schofield and Carly Lahr from NCAP, and then Burley Bocos from FMC. And it is the 2 NCAP girls, first and second. And once again, we have our third lead change of the race. Campbell Schofield splits 34.9, and she is our new leader in lane 4. Carly Lahr from lane 5, her teammate is right next to her in second, and Burley Bocos from FMC is third. These ladies are 139. The 2 leaders are at 139. Probably not fast enough to make a trial cut, but we'll cheer for them anyway and see what happens. But I think you got to be a little bit quicker. Probably got to be about 137, 136. But 214.9 for our winners. That's Campbell Schofield, lane 4. Lane 5, Carly Lahr is in second. And Burley Bocos from FMC is third. And we're into the A final now. So in lane 1, Samantha Chan from the Huntsville Swim Association in Alabama. In lane 2, Emma Sayers from Scottsdale Aquatic Club. In lane 3, we have Lily Mihawk from Blazing Barracudas. In lane 4, we have Lila Bognar from Team Greenville. From lane 5, we have Lainey Mullins unattached. Lane 6, Maria Webb from Rockville Montgomery Swim Club. And in lane 7, Cameron Dilger from GPAC. And in lane 8, Emerson Tyrion from Scottsdale Aquatic Club. Great to see these Scottsdale swimmers here from Arizona. We don't get a lot of teams from the West Coast being down here in Central Florida. But so it's nice to see that those teams making the trip coming out here. Once again, we're looking at 213.6. So off the bat again, this early in the race, it's not uncommon to see these girls, pretty much in a straight line. Looking at, what I look for here early in the race, you're going to see everybody pretty long. They still throw their hands way out front. Long strokes. That's very, very important. And we have a tie for first with Lily Mayhawk and Lilla Bogner. They're both out in 30. But I think that's a little bit. I think we have an issue with the timing system here because those two should not be tied. We'll figure it out. Right now we're looking at lane 6, though. It looks like Maria Webb is moving into the lead. And that's what I'm seeing, yeah. So Maria Webb is in the lead. Lilla Bogner is in second, 105. They're going to have to pick up the tempo a little bit, I think, in order for them to make the trial cut. They're out pretty good, but they're going to need some really solid splits in the back half here. Meet record on this one is 2:10.89. Trial cut is 2:13.69. And we have a new leader, Lilla Bogner, with a 34.9, a 34.5. She's going to need to come home at a 33. So she's 34.5 there. She's going to have to really get after it. Maria Webb, lane 6, is in second. And Lainey Mullins, unattached in lane 5, is in third. But it is Lilla Bogner with the lead, pulling ahead a little bit. Touches the wall, 2:13.85, just 0.15 off the qualifying standard. May see her later in the week try to do a time trial for that event if she doesn't have the cut already. But a great swim, 2:13.8 for Lilla Bogner. Lainey Mullins unattached, is second with a 2:14.9. Loving those early heats tonight. From Academy Bullets, lane number 5, Charlie Bagan from Rockville, Montgomery. Lane number 6, Velazar Filipov from FMC Aquatics. Maxwell Carter, lane number 7 from Verona. And Michael Zhu, Nation's Capital, lane 8. Again, this is the 16 and under heat. Braden Capon looks to be in the early lead here. As we mentioned earlier, he is a better long course swimmer than short course, but 27.25. the Olympic trial cut in this event is a 101.8. 27.2 is pretty good. In terms of trying to make a trial cut, I would say you're in the money to make that cut if you're out in the 27. And the rest of the field is bunching up behind him. Lane number 8, also Michael Zhu from NCAP moving up a little bit. Oh, I apologize. The trial cut is not a 101.8. That's the women's cut. Trial cut is a 55.6. Braden Capon with a 56.9. I need to learn to read, apparently. But I got a great swim for Braden Capon, 56.9. Joseph Warnagaris from Winchester. Lane 7, Nathan Decker from Naval Academy. And lane 8, Pablo Pareto from FMC Aquatic. Looks like lane 4, Evan Conti is Evan Conti is in second. It's actually Nathan Decker from Naval Academy is in first place. They are just 3 100ths apart from each other. It looks like Nathan Decker still in the lead. Yeah, Nathan Decker coming into the flags, but then also lane 1 we have Brody Marcette, but and Evan Conti comes back in and gets his hand on the wall first with a great finish to go a 57.6. Nathan Decker 57.69, and then Brody Marcette up in lane 1 with a 58.3. So great swim for. Swimming, it's Oakland Live, Oakland Swimming in Oakland, Michigan. Connor Hogan, lane 6, Aquajets. And lane 7 is Michael Trechikov with Huntsville Swim Association. And Henry Gyo from Hinsdale Swim Club is in lane 8. This is your C final. Not sure why they're not in the water already. A little hold up here, but our meet referee Dave Olek seems to have everything in hand, so we'll leave it to him. Not sure what the holdup is here. Might have an equipment situation. So I asked the officials what's going on, and all they say is don't quote me. But seems to be an issue with the backstroke flags, I think. Amy Hoppenrath looking very official in her duties as the official. Will now blow the whistle. Get these kids in the water. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so they're in the water. And they're off. This is the C final. These guys are racing for their team to score some points. Olympic trials qualifying time is a 55.69. Don't listen to anybody who tells you for the guys it's a 101. Lane number 6. That's Connor Hogan from Aquajet in the lead with a 27.5. Lane 7 right next to him is a 27.6. That's Michael Trechikov from Huntsville. And those two look to still be dominating. It looks like Connor Hogan from Aquajet is still in the lead. Doesn't look like anything. Lane 8, though we do have a swimmer in lane 8. I can't see him. It's Henry Kyle coming up too. But it is Connor Hogan from Aquajet with the win. He's in lane 6 and lane 3. Christoph Gorski, 58.07 in second place. And in third place, lane 7, Michael Tetrikov with Emmanuel Mountantankis. I hope I got that right. Long Island Aquatic Club. Gustav Coe, Nassau Wild. He's going to have a great race. I'm going to say that right name 2 or 3 more times. So, Emmanuel Mountantankis. And I can hear the people texting the coaches right now. Tell them we're screwing that name up. Very, very tight field. You got to go again for the backstroke. Got to be a 55.6. Probably to go 27.5 for Emmanuel. Of course, he's winning the race. I got to say his name 5 more times. That's good, though. I'm happy for him. Nasim Alexem is in second. Lane 7 and 6 out 1-2. But it's a close race. We got so. Lane 6, Nason Alexem looks like he's in the lead now, but it's going to be tight. It's just who gets their hand on the wall. Nason Alexem with the win, 56.83. Second place, you guessed it, Emmanuel Mountantankis, 56.9. Now it's time for the A finalists. Okay, here we go. In lane 1, we have Simon Bermudez from Nation's Capital. Lane 2, Crash Ackerley, what a great name, from Nova. Lane number 3, Luke Bedsole from Huntsville Swim Association, Huntsville, Alabama. Then lane number 4, Kyle Peck from the Rays. That's Stingray Swim Club. Lane number 5, JT Schmidt from NCAP, Nation's Capital. There he is. Lane number 6, we have Martin Parasinski from Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane number 7, Brady Johnson from FMC. And in lane number 8, James Benison from New Wave Swim Team in North Carolina. Once again, the trial cut is a 55.69. $55.6. I think you're looking for about a 26-second first 50 to have a shot at the trial cut here. See them getting set. You see the black straps coming down over the edge, and the swimmers are putting their feet on a little ledge. It's called a backstroke wedge. And there you see the things pop up there at their feet. Gives them a little bit better grip on the start. So less likely to slip with those touch pads. The touch pads are pretty grippy, but still nice to have those. And look at that, man. It's a straight line. I have absolutely no idea who's in first place. We're about to find out. 26.9. JT Schmidt from Nation's Capital is in first in lane 5. Brady Johnson, FMC, in lane 7. And Crash Ackley up in lane 2 is in third. Olympic trial cut, the meet record is 55.45. The trial cut is 55.69. This field is so tight right now. This is anybody's race. Looks like, yep, it is. The 56.00. It is Martin Prasinski from Long Island Aquatic Club. Second place, touching out JT Smith with a 56.05, just 5 100ths behind. And then 1800ths behind them in lane 4 is Kyle Peck from the Stingray Swim Club, 56.23. Trial cut is $49.99, so he's 1800ths of a second off. But one of the great things about this meet is the camaraderie among the teams. And I look down the team side, and you see a lot of swimmers are sticking around to watch this race, watch this time trial, seeing if Devin can go a 40.90. He swims for Ole, Coach Jeff Cooper. You can hear the whole crowd is going nuts right now, literally goosebumps. I mean, everybody is cheering, not only his team. Both sides of the pool are completely lined for this kid to try to make his trial cut. Literally nobody is leaving right now. All these guys behind doing the whoosh and get them going. You know, these are guys, they're not his teammates necessarily. There's the entire meet, 1,100 swimmers, probably 700-800 swimmers here tonight, all cheering for one swimmer. And he looks great right now. Probably needs to be out about a 23, 24, real low, but probably a 23. He touches a 23.97. It's going to be tight. Great breakout. Again, you can see the crowd on the top. That's the small side. The big side is on the side that I'm on, that the cameras are on. And it's just a whole pool going crazy for this kid. We got $49.99 is the magic number. I'm just going to be quiet and let you listen to this crowd. That tells the answer, 49.62. He goes a half a second faster, and it's, knowing that every single person in this building is cheering for you. It's just so exciting. Congratulations, Devin. Congratulations, Jeff Cooper, his coach. What a great accomplishment. I saw this guy swim and trying to make trial cuts in Knoxville, a little bit frustrated then. So, it's so great. And now everybody's leaving. Everybody's leaving the building, but nobody left the building before that race was sung. So, congratulations, DEVIN DILGER from Ole on his Olympic trial cut. We've got some team scores to report right about now. We've got, on the women's side, I'll just read the top three for now. In first place is Academy Bullets with 382 points. Nation's Capital is second place, 100 points behind with 282. And Aqua Jets is in third place with 260. On the men's side, Nation Capital is in first with 544. Nova Virginia is in second with 412. And there's a tie for third place with Rockville, Montgomery, and Long Island with 332 each. On the combined side, both men's and women's combined, Nation's Capital is winning with 826 points. Nova Virginia, 592. Rockville, Montgomery with 566 points. So, I'll give you that's combined. Fourth place is Aqua Jets, 453. Long Island is fifth with 438. Academy Bullets right behind them with 433. So some great team scores, some great competition. And I'm going to sign off now, and we will see you tomorrow night and for some more great racing.
Are we doing awards?
Yeah, we're just waiting on you to announce it.
What? Yeah, the 200, everybody's leaving. It's like, wow, what happened? And right now, trying to get together the swimmers for the ladies 200-meter butterfly to present awards, take pictures, big them up. Of course, we want to see them on the Speedo website. Pound Speedo Vibe is where you go to post the photographs and big people up. What a night of competition. The gentlemen's 100-meter backstroke, also we'd like to present those awards. And in the ladies 200-meter butterfly, presenting Huntsville Swim Association getting 8th place with Samantha Chen. South Scottsdale Aquatic Club out of Arizona, Emerson Therain in 7th. 6th place goes to Greater Philadelphia Aquatic Club, Cameron Tilger. In 5th place, Scottsdale Aquatic Club again, Emma Sayers. 4th place to the Blazing Barracudas, Lily Mahawk. The bronze medal going to Rockville, Montgomery, Maria Webb. The silver, unattached, Lainey Mullins. And the gold, Team Greenville. Leela Bogner getting the gold, 32 points for her team, 2:13.85, the time she posted. And she is dancing on the bubble cut her fingernails 2 days ago, and that was the only difference, I do believe, there. And now the gentlemen's 100-meter backstroke awards. And in 8th place, the nation's capital, Simon Bermudez. 7th place, Huntsville Swim Association, Luke Bedsell. In 6th place, New Wave Swim Team, James Benison. 5th place, Nova of Virginia Aquatics, Crash Ackerley. In 4th place, FMC Aquatics, Brady Johnson. The bronze going to the Stingray Swim Club, Kyle Peck. The silver to the nation's capital swim club, J.T. Schmid. And number 1, the gold, posting in with a winning time of 56 flat, Martin Parasinski of Long Island Aquatic Club. And Martin dancing on the bubble along with J.T. Smith. 55.69, the Olympic trials time that they were looking at.